Skull Nation, picture this. Week 18 against the Packers, the season finale, and our young QB JJ McCarthy is out there battling with a known hairline fracture in his throwing hand. He's grinding, completing passes, fighting through pain like a true warrior. But then, right after hitting Justin Jefferson on the first play of the second half, he waves to the sideline. That moment hit hard. JJ walks off, calls in Max Brosmer, and later admits it was one of the toughest decisions of his life. He learned from Week 16 against the Giants. Ignoring the pain led to a fumble and worse problems. Coach KOC had told him, "Be honest in real time." What do you think, Vikings fans? Was that the right call by JJ, or should he have pushed through? Drop your thoughts below. I want to hear it. Let's rewind a bit. This hand injury wasn't new. It was a re-aggravation. JJ had that small hairline fracture pop up in Week 16 against the Giants after hitting a defender's helmet. X-rays initially negative, but deeper imaging showed the crack. He missed Christmas against the Lions, with rookie Max Brosmer stepping in. 3 major injuries this season. High ankle sprain, concussion, and now this hand issue costing him games. 4th injury overall since we drafted him number 10 in 2024. The kid's tough, but durability is the question mark screaming loud. Skull fam, has the injury bug been the biggest thing holding JJ back? Or is there more? Comment your take. When JJ was healthy and playing, we saw flashes. He improved late in the season, especially in wins over weaker defenses. But overall, 57.3% completion, around 1,450 yards, 11 TDs, 12 INTs in limited snaps. Not terrible for a second-year guy, but not lighting the world on fire either. The stats don't lie: low QBR, turnovers, and inconsistency early. Yet in December he showed poise and progress. It's that upside that keeps us hopeful. What if JJ gets a full healthy offseason? Could he explode in 2026? I need your opinions. Now the brutal truth. The Vikings finished 9-8, won the finale 16-3 over Green Bay, but no playoffs. Another disappointing year under this regime. No postseason wins in years. Pressure is mounting on KOC and the front office. If they try running it back with just JJ, Carson Wentz, and Max Brosmer, that's insanity. The owners and fans won't buy it. They need a viable alternative. Fast. Do you trust the current QB room for next year? Yes or no? Hit me in the comments. Insiders are buzzing. The Vikings are almost certainly adding a veteran QB this offseason. Not to replace JJ outright, but to push him, compete, and provide real insurance. Think a setup like the Colts, young guy developing with a credible backup. Sources say McCarthy hasn't locked down QB1 yet. His sample size is small from injuries, and the plan for a thin room failed hard in 2025. Who would you want as that vet? Russell Wilson? Jimmy Garoppolo? Let me know. Cap space alert. Right now, we're staring at negative $38 million for 2026. Ouch. That's the reality after big spending in 2025. But the front office can work magic. Restructure Jefferson Max, Greenwood Max, extend O'Neal, cut or trade guys like Hawkinson, Jones, Hargrave, Kelly. After those moves, boom, we could flip to positive $35 million with only 43 under contract. Skull, that's breathing room. Imagine this. We cut or trade TJ Hawkinson to save big. Aaron Jones? Gone for cap relief. Javon Hargrave? Ryan Kelly? See ya. Then extend Brian O'Neal for 3 years, $66 million. Max restructure on JJ's boy Justin Jefferson. Same for Danielle Hunter's replacement in Greenwood. Suddenly, we're in the black and ready to hunt. What moves excite you most? Looking ahead to 2027 cap? Even better potential. Cut Harrison Smith and some others and we jump to $55 million plus. This offseason is huge. With about $35 million in space after tweaks, who are your free agent targets? A vet QB? More D-line help? Tell me your dream signings. Vikings Nation. Now let's talk draft dreams. Some mocks have us trading down a bit, grabbing value. One scenario. Deal picks to Titans, then select beasts like Peter Woods from Clemson at 18. A massive DL to wreak havoc. Then Dylan Thiemann safety, Deontay Lawson LB, more depth. It's all about building around JJ, right? Keep going in that mock. Davison Igbinosun CB, Nick Singleton RB from Penn State. Imagine that thunder in the backfield. Justin Jolie TE, Pat Coogan IOL, Mikhail Boley OT. Solid depth picks to protect our young QB and boost the run game. Do you like trading down for more picks? Or go all in on a star? Back to reality. The QB debate is splitting fans. Some camps locked in on JJ forever, others screaming for a change. Very few switching sides. I'm on board for anything. Draft a rookie, sign a vet, or stick and develop. But we can't repeat the thin room mistake. Where do you stand? Pro JJ all the way, or time for competition? Think about it. JJ's only 22. He needs reps, protection, and time in KOC's offense. Another year could mean massive growth. But with no playoff wins looming, the regime needs results in 2026. Win now or face changes. Pressure's on. How much patience do you have left? The hand injury call showed maturity. JJ chose the team over ego. That's leadership we can build on. But the injuries piled up. We can't ignore that. A stronger QB room protects him and pushes him. What lesson should JJ take into next year? Share below. Skol Vikings, this offseason is going to be wild. Cap gymnastics, vet QB hunt, draft steals. It's all coming. We're not giving up. This team has talent. JJ, Jefferson, the defense core. We just need the right pieces. Are you excited or nervous for 2026? I need that energy in the comments. Alright fam, that's the full breakdown. From JJ's tough exit to cap fixes and draft dreams. The future is bright if we nail this offseason. Skol forever. If you love this deep dive, smash that like button, drop a comment with your QB take, subscribe for more Minnesota Vikings news and updates, and share with your Purple crew. Let's build this thing together. Skol Vikings. Skol Nation, let's start with the big picture. In 2025, JJ McCarthy threw for approximately 1,632 passing yards across his limited action. That's about 163 yards per game when he was out there. Not elite volume, but respectable for a second-year guy battling injuries and inconsistency. Completion percentage? 57.6%, dead last among qualified QBs, ranking 33rd out of 33. Ouch. That number screams mechanics issues, pressure, and maybe some growing pains in KOC's system. But here's the question. Is this a fluke from the injury-riddled season? Or a red flag? Drop your honest take below. Touchdowns and picks tell the turnover story. JJ had 11 passing touchdowns, solid flashes, including multi-TD games like that 3-touchdown outburst against Dallas in Week 15. But the interceptions? 12 picks, a brutal 5.5% interception rate, one of the worst in the league. Too many forced throws, bad decisions under pressure. That TD-INT ratio of 11-12 is the kind that keeps fans up at night. Vikings fam, do you blame the supporting cast, the O-line, or is it on JJ? Comment your verdict. Yards per attempt hovered around 6.7 below average, showing the offense wasn't exploding through the air. With weapons like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson, we expected more chunk plays. Passer rating? Around 72.6. One of the lowest for any starter with decent attempts. Air adjusted, it's called out as historically rough for QBs with 150-plus throws. Tough pill to swallow. But JJ's only 22. What if he gets a full healthy offseason? Could this flip? Don't sleep on the legs. JJ added value on the ground with 174 rushing yards on 35 carries, averaging about 5 yards per pop, plus 4 rushing touchdowns. That's dual threat upside we saw in college. He had moments like scoring on the ground in wins over Detroit and others. Mobility helped extend plays when the pocket collapsed. Skol, is the rushing ability the hidden gem that could make JJ special? Or just a band-aid for passing struggles? Pressure was a killer. JJ faced sacks on 10% of dropbacks, 27 sacks on 270 attempts. That's high, and he fumbled 6 times, losing 2. The line didn't always protect him, but decision-making played a role too. Coach KOC talked about fixing lower body mechanics all year. When JJ had time, he looked better, like in late-season games where he showed poise. What do you think caused the most sacks, protection, or holding the ball too long? Highlights? Week 15 against Dallas. 15 of 24 for 250 yards, 2 TDs, 1 INT, plus a rushing score, his best fantasy day. 3 touchdown games showed the ceiling. Week 14 against Washington. Clean win with big plays. Those moments remind us why we drafted him 10th overall. But the lows? Games like against Green Bay where he struggled hard. Inconsistency is the theme. Which game best shows JJ's potential? Tell me. Injuries derailed everything. High ankle sprain in Week 2 cost 5 games, concussion another, then the hand fracture in Week 16. He played only about 52% of offensive snaps all year. Missed his entire rookie year in 2024 too. That's 7 missed games in 2025 alone. Durability questions are real. Do you give him a pass because of injuries? Or is it time to worry long-term? Advanced metrics aren't kind. Low QBR around 35 to 40 range in some trackers. Completion under pressure was poor, and turnovers killed drives. But in a QB-friendly scheme that made previous guys look great, JJ's struggles stand out. The offense scored, but not through him consistently. Skull fam, how much blame goes to the system versus the player? Late-season flashes gave hope. After returning from injuries, he had better games, like 143 yards, 2 TDs, and a rushing score against Detroit. He showed growth in decision-making and avoiding bad sacks in spots. Coach talked about him being more forthcoming with injuries to maturity. Is this the start of a turnaround? Or too little too late? Fantasy-wise, JJ finished with about 117 points, 13 per game in the games he played. Ranking low overall but decent for a struggling QB. The rushing TDs helped his value. In a full season, he could be a fantasy asset if he cuts turnovers. Vikings fans in fantasy leagues. Would you roster him in 2026? Comparing to expectations. After Michigan dominance, we wanted a franchise QB. Instead, it's a rough rookie starter year. But plenty of great QBs had ugly first seasons. Think Alex Smith. JJ's youth and tools keep the door open. Patience or panic? Where are you at? The hand injury in Week 18, re-aggravated fracture after playing through pain. He made the tough call to exit, showing growth from earlier mistakes. That leadership matters. But it underscores the injury bug. What lesson should JJ carry into the offseason? Overall verdict. 2025 was disappointing: low completion, high turnovers, missed games, no playoffs. But flashes of arm talent, mobility, and improvement late. With weapons and KOC, the upside is massive if he stays healthy and refines mechanics. Are you still all in on JJ? Or ready for competition? The debate rages. Vikings reportedly eyeing vet QBs for 2026 to push him. Competition could light a fire. But I believe in the kid. Full off-season, better protection, experience, watch out. Skull Nation, excited or nervous for his future? There it is, fam, the full JJ McCarthy 2025 stats deep dive. Rough numbers, real injuries, but real potential too. This kid's story ain't over. Skull forever. If this breakdown got you hyped or fired up, smash that like, drop your biggest JJ take in the comments, subscribe for more Minnesota Vikings news and updates, and share with every Purple fan you know. Let's keep the conversation going. Skull Vikings.